Hello class, you're welcome. I think you still recall what we talked about last time when we were talking about habitats. And I believe you recall the words I gave you to spell for me. I gave you words like aquatic, I gave you aquarium, frog, and fish. You can check your spellings last time that you put in your book. However, today I want us to talk about aquatic animals, of which it is one of the spellings we had last time. What are aquatic animals? Aquatic animals are animals which live in water. Say again with me. Aquatic animals are animals which live in water. An aquarium, this word here. An aquarium is a glass tank in which fish and other water creatures are kept. It can be put in a home. I think I've visited homes, or at your homes they may be having a glass, small glass, with one small fish or anything that lives in the water and is just for show or for decoration at your home. Places where we can find an aquarium. Here we have homes, like I've just said earlier. We have schools, hotels, and shops where we can find these. However, I want to look at also examples of the aquatic animals that we talked about last time. However, we didn't mention some of them. We talked about the fish. Fish is an aquatic animal. It lives in water. Crocodile. A crocodile. I think you all know a crocodile. It is an animal that lives entirely in water and eats flesh. We have the frogs. The hippopotamus. All of you say hippopotamus. If you can't manage to write this word, you can also write it in short by saying hippo. Still, a teacher can give you a tick if you're writing to mean hippopotamus. Or you can also say hippopotami. However, I want us to talk about majorly a fish in details, as you can see here, among all these aquatic animals. However, without forgetting, do not forget that a fish cannot only be kept in an aquarium or in water, but can also live in a fish pond. What is a fish pond? A fish pond is a small pool of water where fish is kept. We have seen farmers who are carrying out fish farming. They keep most of their fish in a fish pond. Fish lives in water. We all know that. Fish cannot survive without water. Fish breathes by means of gills. A fish moves by swimming. I think you all know that a fish lives in water and it lives or it moves by swimming. The meat of fish is called fillet. It's called fillet. Never forget that. It can come in your examinations. We go ahead to continue and look at the types of fish. I think most of you who enjoy fish, you must have seen these types of fish before we look at them. You have ever found them on the markets. We have the tilapia fish. All of you say tilapia. Most of you say tilapia. No, it is very wrong to say tilapia. It is tilapia. We have the Nile perch. We have the lungfish. We have the mudfish, and many others. You can, however, go on to look for their names in your languages in order to understand them more. However, today, I want us also to look at the structure of a fish. I know most of you you are better artists than me. You can draw better structures of the fish than me. But this is what I managed to draw, and I want us to look at some of the parts. We know this is amoeba thing. You know what a mouth is here. We have the smallest near the mouth. It is called a nostril. This is the eye of the fish. This fin is called pectoral fin. Pectoral fin. We have the pelvic fin. We have the anal fin. We have the tail fin. We have the dorsal fin and the lateral line. Okay. What are the purposes or the uses of these parts on a fish? We call them functions of each part on a fish. The nostril that we saw here How is it useful to the fish? It is used for smelling food. We all know that fish survives by eating other creatures in water, small creatures like the earthworms and so on. So, how does it smell? How does it get to know that food is somewhere? It is by using a nostril. We have the lateral line. The lateral line is used for sensing danger. Whenever it senses danger, it uses the lateral line to determine the danger ahead or behind, and it will change direction. The tail fin, it is used for steering and making corners when it is swimming. For steering and making corners, you see the fish turning direction and making corners. The scales, you all know the scales of a fish. They are used for protection. However, we have another part that is used for protection, the dorsal fin. It is also used for protection as well as the scales. Then we have the pectoral and pelvic fins. They serve the same purpose of braking speed and going up and down. Whenever you see a fish swimming up and deep in the water, it is using the pectoral and pelvic fins. However, I have an activity here. Thank you for learning with me. I have an activity and more will be added in a booklet that you have to get because it is a big lesson. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.